Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Las Vegas. This is Marco Delgado, your host and VJ here. I'm your local realtor here in Las Vegas. Let's get rid of this sign here. All right, and we are here live from Las Vegas. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for watching this channel. Please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, and share. If you find this information helpful and pertinent to you, please. If you're living in Las Vegas, welcome, welcome, and thank you for joining my channel. Also, anybody who's visiting or anybody outside of Las Vegas, we also welcome you. This is for you and our locals here. Just gonna give you guys a quick rundown of what's going on in the Las Vegas market. Um, Once again, my name is Marco Delgado. I am your realtor, and just here to provide some information to see if I can be of any help. If you have any questions or concerns, or you want to get more information on what's going on in the market, um, it looks like my info's here to the left. You could see it, or to my right. Also, you're looking to sell your home, buy, invest, please let me know. Or if you're just curious on what's happening in the market, okay? So, real quick, I will definitely. I'm not sure if is there music playing in the background? Maybe there is. I don't know. But anyways, without being said, once again, my name is Marco Delgado. I'm a local realtor here in Las Vegas. I lived here since the 80s. So I wasn't born here, but I've been here since I was like 10 years old. So I basically grew up here in Vegas, and I have definitely seen lots of changes in the market. The city has grown tremendously. Uh, Old casinos have gone, new casinos have been propped up in the same spot. So we're always reinventing ourselves here in Las Vegas. Um, it is sad to see some casinos disappear. Currently, as we speak, today, 2025, the Mirage was it's not being demolished, but it's been taken over by the Hard Rock Hotel. In the iconic Volcano, there's gonna be a big guitar in its place. It should be pretty cool, though. That's one thing about Vegas, that there's always something to do. New things are coming. We're currently we demolished the old Tropicana Hotel, and in place we're gonna be putting the baseball stadium for the future Las Vegas A's. Pretty exciting if you're a baseball fan, and not too far from the stadium that's being built. We have the Allegiant Stadium, the home of the Raiders. Not too far from the the center of the strip, right off the I think it's Harmon and Koval. We have the House of the Future and happening F1, Formula One racing. So lots of stuff going on. That's just a little snap of what's happening. I will be providing more information, and also some stuff that's happening in Vegas for the locals. And if you're visiting from out of town, thank you and welcome you know, for coming to our town, and bringing your service, and of course your hard-earned dollars for us to definitely lift up our economy. So we appreciate you. Thank you for visiting. Keep on visiting. Tell your family and friends. This is Vegas is happening. But real quick, let me get rid of my title. Once again, Marco Delgado, Realtor. As you can see, my number 702-978-8088. Call me, text me. If you have any questions, you can also email me, Marco Delgado Realtor at iCloud or at gmail.com. I am a prior military, 10 years veteran in the Army, National Guard, proudly served in Las Vegas, and I loved it. So to all my vets out there, and uh, who served in the military, and to our men and women who are currently serving, my salutes to you. Thank you for your service. All right, with that being said, let me get rid of my title here. Awesome. Well, let's get right into the business. Um, so we have going on in Las Vegas. This is from Realtor.com. Um, the median price of a house right now, we're looking at two things, right? The median listed price. This is what most people would put their median price home for sale at 4666. Square footage, depending on square foot, $266 per square foot, the medium. And then the medium actual sold price is 433. What does that mean? Okay. The listed price is what people want for their house when they put it on the market, but what buyers are actually paying for on average on the medium price is 433. So there's about a $33,000 difference. What does that mean? This is data from obviously Realtor.com. I don't take credit for any of that, but this is just their website. And what does that mean? That it's the buyers are actually having a little more power now. You have a little more power to negotiate. So, um, we got all kinds of. Let's get rid of that stuff. So this, we got Las Vegas here, and you know, we could just pick a neighborhood, right? If you're familiar with Vegas, we have the south end of Vegas, which we have our city, sister city, Henderson. And then we have north of Vegas. We have North Las Vegas, the city of North Las Vegas. And then most of us here in Vegas will know Vegas from Summerlin, which is the west part of Vegas. Okay, and then you got the north part of Vegas, besides North Las Vegas to the northwest. It's growing. It's definitely growing. But anyways, let's see what the rates are doing right now. If you're looking to, purchase a home and you need to finance it, mortgage news. Mortgage News Daily. All right. So if you're curious to see what the market's doing with rates right now, as of 2025, September 4th, we're looking at about 6.49, right? On your typical rates. Obviously, that depends on your qualifications, depends on what is happening with your debt to income ratio. There's lots of stuff. There's lots of factors, right? So if you were to, let's see, what can we do with this mortgage calculators? Let's see. Let's see. Scroll up. There's one right here. I was using. My apologies. Mortgage rates. Where is it? Mortgage widgets. Okay, let's see mortgage loan. So if you were to take, this is from mortgagenewsdaily.com, and the median price of a house we're looking at that's sold 433,000. So they'll stick to those numbers. Okay, so at the interest rate of obviously $433,000 loan. Okay, 6.49% on the loan, 30 years term. Your monthly payment, that's monthly PNI, principal and interest. You're looking at $2,700, right? $2,734. Obviously, we still need to add tax and insurance, so I would add another, say, estimate about $300, depending on the county taxes and your insurance rates for the home, right? Property insurance. So based on just monthly principal and interest, you're looking at about $2,734. Okay. How do you compare that to renting? it just depends. People ask me, what do you think of, what's the difference between renting and buying? Well, we can go look at the rents, medium rents in Las Vegas. Okay, so based on Google, the medium rent in Las Vegas, it's about $1,410. Uh, Data as of July 2025, it's approximately about 1469. Obviously, that depends on the area, depends on the size. Where you're looking. We can definitely go and look at Zillow. You know, and they're coming over the rental average of $1,900, right? Um, it's coming down a little bit. There's more. We got rentals, and there's a lot of factors that determine the rental. But if you're looking at $1,900, right? 19. Let's just round it up to $2,000 to rent the house. And you rent that over the next 5 years. What's gonna happen? So let's bring up our calculator, right? If you spend $2,000 per month over a year, $24,000, and you multiply that in the 5 years, $120,000. Now, when you move out of that apartment or that house, you don't take anything with you. Your landlord says, "Thank you very much for renting my place, taking care of it. We're good to go. Goodbye," right? But if you're looking at owning, you're going to own that house. So what's the appreciation average? Okay. Nope, not interested. So real estate on average hovers around 3 to 5%, right? For per year. So if we look at charts, let's see what say Realtor.com. Realtor.com is connected to the National Association of Realtors. Uh, I could be wrong. My apologies. They report a lot on what NAR and your local multiple listing services that realtors use. So this is a report from 2024. Patients based off how much could your home be worth in 5 and in 10 years, right? Since 1975, the average 5-year return on U.S. home prices have been about plus 26%. All right. Given the Realtor.com data shows that the median list price of in May comes at 442,500. In theory, this same listing could appreciate about 557,550 in 5 years. Okay. Obviously, it's gonna depend on the area and your city and the county. The real estate market is really local. What's happening in your so what's happening in Nevada versus what's happening in Las Vegas and in versus what's happening in Reno, right? Two cities in Nevada, right? Uh, what's happening in Arizona? What's happening in California? They're different markets, right? Different markets are going to give you different numbers, but on average, as you can see, Massachusetts has seen a 36% increase in values. Rhode Island plus 34, California plus 34%. The lowest 5-year returns have been in Oklahoma at 14%, West Virginia 15, and Louisiana 15%, right? So once again, the market